Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show. Well, dear friends and subscribers, I like to do my Cricket Happening Show with a lot of excitement and enthusiasm. But today there's a wonderful match which has happened. Yesterday, yes, it was pretty sad that the Lahore Lions match versus the Chennai Super Kings, which would have been probably be a real beauty of a match, really had to be abandoned due to rain, which was unfortunate. But today, let me tell you, the crowd that came here in this particular match which happened, that is the match that I'm talking about is between the Group B fixture today, where the Barbados Tridents were taking on the Cape Cobras. Both the teams were tied at 174 with their scores. Barbados Tridents making 174 for 8 of their 20 overs and Cape Cobras making 174 for 5 of their 20 overs. So we all know what happens. It comes into a super over. So this was the first super over which happened in this Champions League T20 tournament. And well, the Cape Cobras batted first and they scored I think 11 runs, and Barbados Tridents just couldn't pip it, in the sense they lost this particular match, the super over in the final ball, and it was all over with the match going in favor of Cape Cobras, who won the match. But Barbados Tridents, well, they would have been pretty happy with their effort today, in the sense one person who really blazed his way to a century, his maiden T20 century for Jonathan Carter, who played splendidly. He was really going all hell for leather. He was really giving the Cape Cobras bowlers a good punishment there, and that's the precise reason they reached 174 for 8. And then Engelbrecht, the right arm off spinner, first contributed some useful runs in the final over to get this match to tie for the Cape Cobras. And then it was a big surprise when Jonathan Carter and Dilshan Munawira came to bat, and the right arm off spinner Engelbrecht was actually given the responsibility. And the way Engelbrecht performed, he was the man of the match today, and way he performed, oh really, one has to see. Just one boundary was hit by Carter. Other than that, there was only couples and singles, and that's what enabled the Cape Cobras to actually win this match in the end, in the super over. So Cape Cobras prevailing over Barbados Tridents super over. And as I said, I'm having some as I said, cricket is something, unless and until it is done with great lots of excitement and enthusiasm, to really get in the public to watch you. And as I said, for me, my inspiration has always been the late Tony Greig, one of the wonderful cricket commentators, one of the most exciting cricket commentators that I've ever known as far as international cricket is concerned. Now, the only thing is that because I'm having some problem with my throat, so I think I won't be able to really stretch myself, but I'll do my best, because for me, cricket is something has to be exciting. Otherwise, there's no point in really talking about cricket. So let's get on to the excitement. Let's get down to the wire pretty quickly. So I'm first going to take you on to that particular match and say what happened, as I've already given you a synopsis of what happened. But before that, how it all happened, I will just take you down to the excitement, and then I will briefly cover this match. And I also have one more match which is going on, and currently, let me tell you, this is Kings XI Punjab, who are playing in Northern Districts, and Kings XI Punjab are definitely travelling like a train right now, because the Kings XI Punjab, who were put into bat by Northern Districts after Northern Districts won the toss, and Kings XI Punjab is that they are travelling like a train right now. The opener Virendra Sehwag is not out on 29 of 18 balls with 3 fours and 1 6. Manan Vora is not out on 52 of 28 balls, 8 fours and 1 6. Look pretty good. And the Kings XI Punjab, as I said, they are really travelling like a train right now. They are going at a clip of 11.34. That is the current run rate. Well, I will keep you posted about that. But let's have a look at this particular exciting super over that happened. But before that, let me tell you how it all went into the super over. In fact, there was a toss-up. Jason Holder could have been given the ball, but Jason Holder had actually gone for 26 runs in an over against Peter Levy earlier, and that was the precise reason the Barbados Tridents decided to give the ball to Engelbrecht. and Emmerich is the captain of the team. He took the responsibility, and Engelbrecht and Kemp was on come. Now, Justin Kemp, we all know that he can. At that time, the score read for them, the Cape Cobras, 162 for 5, and 13 runs were required from 6 balls. With Engelbrecht, as you know, he has just come. This is the first time he's getting the taste of international cricket. And another thing was that Justin Kemp was there. But probably with Justin Kemp, yes, one could very, very safely say that they could get the 13 runs. But Engelbrecht, one did not know. But he was an unknown quantity today. But definitely, he was the one who performed and took them over the line today. So Engelbrecht actually was facing. Emmerich was the bowlers, as I said. I will first tell you how it happened, how it went into a tie, and then I will talk to you about the super over. So Engelbrecht was on strike. Emmerich bowled Engelbrecht the first run which was taken. It was a full length ball on the off stump. He actually hit it down the ground, and long on came into the picture, and he got a single. So when Justin Kemp came to strike, as I said, because we all know that Justin Kemp has the ability to hit the ball long and hard. But unfortunately for Kemp, there was a low full toss which was bowled by Emmerich, and Kemp only managed to actually stroke the ball to long on and got a single. And then there was some pressure because Engelbrecht came on to strike, and 4 balls were still left. But the equation was they need to get 10 runs. But let's see what Engelbrecht did. After that, the next ball that Engelbrecht got, it was a Yorker actually, but it was actually an attempted Yorker from Ryan Emmerich, but he actually ended up into a full toss, and he actually, what Engelbrecht did best is actually glided it past the short third man region for a 4. So that really calmed some nerves for the Cape Cobras there. And the very next ball, after that, Engelbrecht, what he did is he actually took a couple of runs from the next delivery that Emmerich bowled. So he got a couple. And in the very next delivery, it was a slower one outside the off stump. He actually missed it, but then he took the gamble of going for the second run, and in the end it really succeeded, because Jason Holder's throw actually missed the non-striker stumps, and Engelbrecht had gone on to the other end. Now there was a final ball coming up, and now it was only a matter of 2 runs, and if they took 2 runs they could have equaled, and that's what precisely happened. This was a full toss which was hit to deep square leg. But it could have so happened that Raymond Reefer, who actually threw the ball, could have thrown the stumps, but unfortunately he missed it, and it all came down to the super overs, as Engelbrecht was definitely the hero, because what he did is he actually saw to it that Cape Cobras went on to 174 for 5, and that ensured that this will be the first super over of the Champions League T20 tournament. Now let's have a look at what happened in the super over. The super over, it was, as we call it, the 1 over eliminator actually. Cape Cobras were the ones who batted first, and for them outstrode Dean Villas and Richard Levy, who actually, as you know, slammed 26 runs of a Jason Holder over, and Ravi Rampal was given the responsibility to bowl. And Ravi Rampal bowled to, Villas and Levy, he bowled very well, I thought, and he restricted the Cape Cobras to 11 runs of the super over, the first over. After that, the super over, so once Cape Cobras played 12 runs required for the Barbados Tridents to actually win the match in the super over. They had Carter and Munawira being sent, and they were, as you know, they are the aggressors, and they are the ones who actually, as you know, in Barbados Tridents innings today of 174, it was Jonathan Carter who went on to his maiden T20 century. As I said, he blazed away boundaries and sixes today, and he actually made an unbeaten century. And Munawira was the one, and Munawira was the other one who made 42, and they were the ones who actually formed the fulcrum of this Barbados Tridents total, and they were the ones who were actually sent in to actually go and deal with the super over. And a real surprise of surprises, probably one would have never thought that the super over would, by the super overs would have been, the Cape Cobras would have a super over bowled by Engelbrecht, and Engelbrecht, as you know, is a new bowler, and Engelbrecht was given the responsibility. Can you believe it? Cybrand Engelbrecht was given the responsibility, and what a way he actually filled up that responsibility. You will know, as Munawira faced the first delivery, and it was a slow delivery, and he actually stroked it down to long on and got a single. And Jonathan Carter, wasting no time, the very first ball, that is the second ball of the super over, he actually cracked it down to the into the fence, and as you know, he was full of confidence because of this maiden T20 ton. And after that, Engelbrecht didn't allow any luxuries for the batsman. As the third delivery that Engelbrecht bowled, there were a lot of variations in Engelbrecht's off-break deliveries. He really slowed down the pace, sometimes slipping in a quicker one. And the third delivery that Carter played, it was tossed up, and Carter actually drove it down to long off and took a single. He took a single, and I think and then he bowled to Carter, and Carter took a single. And I was just wondering how Carter came into strike in the fourth delivery. It was Munawira on strike, and after that Munawira took a single, and Carter came on to strike. Now Carter came on strike, and there was pressure on Carter, no doubt about it. But Carter managed to get 2 runs to extra cover, and finally the equation was really a streak, because 8 runs, and they still required 9 runs, and they still required, because 11 was the target that they had to get to. And finally the final delivery was bowled, and they had already had 8 runs. So basically they required 3 runs. But all that Engelbrecht has said was bowling with lots of variations, and this would have been done him lots of pride, because the way he bowled, it was a real exhibition. And Carter was on strike, and probably Barbados Tridents would have thought that Engelbrecht could be hit for a 6. But this was a full toss by Engelbrecht, and he tried to slam the delivery, and then there was a bit of a misfield there. And in fact, Carter could have gone for the third, but Carter deciding, probably he could have taken the chance to go for the third, but Carter deciding not to go for the third, really saw that by the time everything was over, and Carter was left high and dry, and Carter was absolutely on his haunches. All the players were just consoling him, because he thought that probably he could have won the match, and in the end, the difference was just 1 run. What a victory for the Cape Cobras, and what a bowler Cybrand Engelbrecht. He has shown that he has all-round capabilities. He went on to first make 21 useful runs in the final over. He took them over the line by making 19 not out of 10 balls with 2 fours. That's the reason it went into a super over. And then Engelbrecht was given the ball by the captain of Cape Cobras, and Engelbrecht delivered, and Engelbrecht was named man of the match. So that was the match. So I will just talk about that match now. Just giving you a live cricket update here. In fact, the Kings 11 Punjab have lost their first wicket. Manan Bora is gone after really doing some great damage to the Northern Districts bowlers. He's gone. He was caught by bold of the bowling of East Sodhi, the leg spinner. He made 65 of 32 balls with 3 fours and 3 sixes. Currently, Virendra Sehwag is not out on 33 of 21 balls, 3 fours and 1 6. We are in the 10th over at 110, and I think it's a very good promotion that has been done by Kings 11 Punjab. Just to keep up the momentum, what Kings 11 Punjab has done is that they have decided to promote one of the biggest hitters in the game today, Thisara Pereira, into the mix. And Thisara Pereira has already started signaling things here with a beautiful front foot pull that has sailed over the advertising holdings at deep mid wicket for a big 6. And so Thisara Pereira promoted in the batting order. He's not out on 8 of 5 balls with 1 6. Virendra Sehwag is not out on 33 of 21 balls with 3 fours and 1 6. Is looking good. So 112 for 1 is the current score. I'll come back to that later. In the meanwhile, I'm going to talk to you about this particular match, because I actually first took you down to the excitement. Now let us look at what happened. As I said, Barbados Tridents were the ones who actually batted first, and they put up 174 for 8 on the board of 20 overs. They didn't have a good start. They lost their openers Dowrich for duck, and then the one-drop batsman Raymond Reefer for 1. And after that, it was Dilshan Munawira and Jonathan Carter at the crease. Dilshan Munawira decided that there's no point in just stay put at the crease. he decided to really attack the Cape Cobras bowlers, and he got lots of runs going with that. And then Jonathan Carter once came in. Jonathan Carter was aggressive right from the word go, and both of them really blunted this Cape Cobras bowling to such an extent that they took the score from 7 for 2 in the third over to 82 in the 11th over. So it was a partnership of 74 runs, and this 74-run partnership was the one which enabled, with Munawera scoring 42 of those runs of 21 deliveries, 5 fours and 2 sixes. But Jonathan Carter was the sole person who took the entire responsibility on his shoulders, and what an innings he played. He hit a maiden T20 ton which was studded with some beautiful hits. He was playing in the V, and he was hitting some majestic sixes with lots of confidence, and he was not afraid to come down the pitch to the spinners, and he really played well. He was really sometimes getting the ball which was pitched on the off stump, and he was putting it over the onside for sixes. Such was the command and control that Jonathan Carter had, and it was only precisely due to Jonathan Carter's efforts of an unbeaten 111, his maiden T20 ton in international cricket, of just 68 deliveries with 10 fours and 5 sixes, that really set the tone. And Barbados Tridents sat at 174 for 8 of 20 overs. He didn't get any support from any of the other batsmen there. Franklin was out for 3, Mendes was out for 10, and then Jason Holder was out for a duck, Nurse was out for a duck, Hossain was out for 6, and Engelbrecht was not out or not. 174 for 8 of 20 overs was what the Barbados Tridents ended with, thanks to Jonathan Carter's real pyrotechnics there. As far as the bowling was concerned, Longwell 2 for 29, Philander 1 for 31, Kemp 2 overs none for 27, none for 23, Peterson 3 overs none for 26 for Robin Peterson, Engelbrecht 2 for 24. Once again, as I said, he has shown he's a very good bowler. Untang 1 over none for 14. Now Cape Cobras batted, and Cape Cobras, let me tell you, they had an electric start. In fact, Richard Levy and Hashim Amla really, in fact, it was Richard Levy in one of the overs against Jason Holder. He really carted him to such an extent. The first over he bowled 4 runs, but the second over that Jason Holder bowled gave away 26 runs, prompting the Barbados Tridents captain Ryan Engelbrecht to take him out of the attack. And it was some super stuff and some super hitting from the bat of Richard Levy. And you know, Richard Levy once upon a time held the record for the fastest T20 century, as you would remember. If I'm not wrong, he made it against New Zealand. And what a knock it was. Richard Levy was simply going berserk. He was carting Jason Holder all over the park. In fact, 2 sixes were hit over mid-wicket. The third 6 was hit in an emphatic fashion, absolutely slaughtered over extra cover. And Richard Levy hit 3 sixes and 2 fours in a single over, and that was 5 consecutive scoring strokes by Richard Levy. First 2 sixes, 2 fours, and then followed it up with a final 6, final smote over extra cover for a 6. And that's what, and Hashim Amla was also playing some good strokes, and both of them, as I said, was absolute electric stuff. I mean, in fact, chasing a score of 174 with 8.70 runs per over, the clip at which Richard Levy and Amla were going was simply ballistic, I would say, because in 29 deliveries they had actually carted 56 runs thanks to Richard Levy. And then Richard Levy is finally bowled by Hossain for 39 of 18 balls with 4 fours and 3 sixes. Hashim Amla contributing 59 of 42 balls with 7 fours and 1 6. It was a pretty good start, but then the middle order couldn't really do anything much, as Javenta Mendes, who was the one who started off the sort of real collapse there, because from 56 for 1 at one stage, the score read 143 for 5, and that was precisely the reason being that Jeevan Mendes came on to pick up wickets for the spinners. He picked up Hamla's wicket for 59, Ramela for 14, Vilas for 14, and Robin Peterson for 9. And then, as I said, as I really talked to you about it, Engelbrecht and Justin Kemp, especially Engelbrecht, who actually saw to it that it went into the super over, 174 for 5, 20 overs. The match was tied, and then it went to the super over. And as I already talked to you, dear friends and subscribers, the super over ended in a victory for the Cape Cobras. The bowling, Jason Holder taken to the cleaners, 2 overs, no maiden, none for 30. Richard Levy giving him special treatment. Hussain, none for 31. Rampal, 3 overs for 24. Ryan Emrit, the captain, taking the responsibility, 3 overs, no maiden, none for 28. Nurse, none for 29. The most successful bowler, Jeevan Mendes, 4 overs, no maiden, for 27. And Engelbrecht was named man of the match. Well, dear fans and subscribers, now I'm going to leave you on this YouTube broadcast by giving you a live cricket update on this particular game, as Kings XI Punjab are doing pretty well here. They're 125 for 1 currently in the 11th over against Northern Districts. The run rate at which Kings XI Punjab are going is a sustained 11.53. That's a fantastic run rate. Tisra Pereira, promoted in the batting order, is not out on 14 of 8 deliveries, 1 4 and 1 6. Virendra Sehwag is doing a good job here. He's not out on 38 of 26 balls with 3 4s and 1 6. And that really wraps up my Cricket Happening show for today with this live cricket update. Thanks for your company and thanks for watching Cricket Happenings. Unfortunately, as you know, dear fans and subscribers, Saturday is always a late night cricket show, and you will be seeing me on my late night cricket show, Cricket Happenings, on Saturday. Until then, it's goodbye for the day. Thank you.